Stephen Walker. I want to begin by simply telling you that I believe I'm here among friends, so I'm just going to be very informal. I've been asked to speak about the incentive for divorce. And so I want those of you who can hear the sound of my voice who have not been touched by the family court system in America to listen for a moment and see through my eyes. It is so humbling. I am so profoundly humbled to be here in this great nation's capital. I come from Texas. I was raised in Amarillo, Texas. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I would be here in the seat of this great memorial, the Lincoln Memorial, with the Capitol, the Washington Monument at my back, our Supreme Court of the United States at the corner of our Capitol building. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that something like this would happen to a simple Texas country boy. But I am an American, and I am a citizen, and I have the great God-given privilege preserved and protected by our U.S. Constitution to come here and speak my mind and to seek redress of grievances from our government. That is a liberty that we as Americans enjoy that probably 85% of the other peoples around this world do not enjoy. It is such a blessing to be an American citizen, and I am thankful for that, and I'm thankful to be here today and thankful for the opportunity to share my thoughts with you. I want America to see what I see, to look through my eyes. I was the son of an elementary school principal and an elementary school teacher. I saw them devote their lives to children, to teaching, to raising up the next generation. I saw them devote themselves to the unique and priceless promise that is every child. I also saw them stay married for 61 years until my dad passed away this past November 11th. I saw them live the vows they exchanged as teenagers to marry, forsaking all others, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death they did part. And even after he passed, he's still with her. And at 80 years of age, my mother misses him and longs to be with him because they are one. And that marriage was not all a bed of roses. No marriage is. But I watched them and I learned what commitment means. And I learned what devotion means. And I learned the importance of family. America, looked through my eyes. As a historian, I was blessed to be well educated at a great university in the South with a degree in history. And my great love as I studied history for several years was American history since 1900, when this nation came to full greatness and is now the superpower of the world. Look through my eyes, America, as a lawyer. I got another good education at a great Southern law school at Baylor University, and I have a Juris Doctorate degree, and I have learned to love the law, and I grieve for what it has become in my lifetime. I've been a policy analyst. I've been a student of the political process all my adult life. I'm a prolific reader. But most importantly, I speak to you as a father of 3 children, and I hope that you listen to me up there on the Lincoln Memorial. Never in my wildest dreams as an attorney with an 18-year background in transactional law and energy law and real estate, serving as a court-appointed mediator, until I was sucked into the family courts and had a Texas district judge with a stroke of a pen take me from my 3 children's lives. For 2 years I did not see them, and for 5 years my parents did not see them. Not one shred of allegation, much less any proof of abuse, neglect, no reason for me to be removed from the 3 lives of my children. and no reason for them to be removed from my life at a time of marriage failure when I needed them as much as they needed me. Look through my eyes, America. See through my eyes. You want me to talk about the incentive divorce? Where shall I begin? In a word, money. The incentive for divorce is money, and lots of money. $25 billion a year is the conservative dollar estimate of what the divorce industry directly reaps from families, from family strife, from family misery, from family breakdown. That's divorce lawyers. $25 billion a year. That's just the start. The ripple effects of that economic wave as lawyers plunder families for profit. I conservatively estimate that the legal industry really gets more than double that, to $50 billion. And let me tell you, I've been a lawyer for over 25 years now. For 20 of those years, I was a for-profit attorney. For the last 5 years, as it's been my high honor and privilege to represent people, parents and children alike, in appellate courts, both state and federal, I now am a non-profit attorney because I refuse to profit from the misery of family breakdown the way so many of my brethren do. Because let me tell you, I learned as a businessman, I know as a lawyer, there is no profit in the reconciliation of two parents. There is no profit in fostering cooperation and accommodation between two parents. There is no profit in a short legal process. There is profit in strife and turmoil and long legal processes, and our family courts have an unconscionable concept called the continuing jurisdiction of the child, so that one parent or another goes back into court. If you have a 5-year-old child, until your money runs out, you're probably going to be in and out of court for the next 15 years, until your money is gone. Somebody stop me before I get started. State governments have their hand out for federal money. And many of you who have not been touched by the family court machine have no idea that Uncle Sam, by federal legislation, pays billions of dollars to state governments to interfere without just cause in the intimate family life of millions of people in this country. You up there on the Lincoln Memorial, in the sound of my voice, who have not been touched by this family court machine, are at greatest risk. 40% plus of America's children now go to bed at night with only one parent as a meaningful part of their lives. Those of you who have intact families are at greater risk than ever before in America's history because of the enormous population of single-parent children who have enormous disadvantages emotionally, psychologically. Their emotional growth is stunted by what happens to them, and they are placing your healthy, intact family children at such great risk that I say to you they are in peril, and you must wake up and look at what's happening to protect your own family from this machine. In 1995, a professor at Arizona State University named Sanford Braver undertook a multi-year study spending over $10 million of federal grant money